Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Goblets and Gays. This is Season 4, Episode 47. I'm Aubrey, your GM. I'll toss to my players to introduce themselves, who they are, who they're playing, and then we'll roll on into things.
Hello, I'm Aki. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Estrella Bashar Chloris, your quadruple princess bard dragon summoner, child of the Night Queen, grandchild of the Mad King, and all-round magical baddie who also uses she, her pronouns.
Hello, I am Dusty. I use they, he pronouns, and I am playing Joanna of Mexico, bringer of justice, maker of soups, and they use she, her pronouns.
Hello, my name is Ferris. I use she, her pronouns, and I play Dumisa Solfig, a 7-foot semi-possessed barbarian and champion of the night who is very much in love and also uses she, her pronouns.
Hello, I'm Sparlock. I use he, him pronouns. Today I am playing Groon, the walking goblin catastrophe, oracle of flames, healer of wounds, and burner of buildings, though she swears it wasn't her. And Groon uses she, her pronouns.
Hello. My name is Alyssa, and my pronouns are they, them. I am playing Timson Trevino, the god-devouring changeling wizard who is focused on rescuing their late fiancé from purgatory, but also growingly concerned with her influence on this group of younger adventurers. Timson uses she, they pronouns.
Hello, I am Tick. I use he, she, they pronouns, and today I am playing Mero, a monk maiden raised in the underworld, now overcoming parental issues, meeting the Fae, and learning about nature, and being a thought.
So, Tick.
It was traumatizing. It was awful. I hated it. But we continued to square off against Doan. Tamsin was very smart, and we all had our massive brain moment of getting him the fuck out of his home base and taking him to Obara, where it all began. Not like specifically Obara because of like any boons, just because it kind of fit thematically. And once we got him there, it kind of went from him beating the living absolute shit out of us without any effort, kind of like that Omni-Man meme, to kind of us becoming the JoJo meme, kicking the shit out of him while he was on the ground. Like, he wasn't a pushover, but he wasn't just dunking on us. Like, this was a basketball game, and he was, I don't know any good basketball players. I just know Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny from Space Jam is a good basketball player. So for like Bugs Bunny from Space Jam. But yeah, eventually Tamsin's spell knocked him down, and Estrella did as all women should, had the most badass like speech known to man, and fucking murked him in cold blood, as he deserved. And Doan is a smug little bastard about it, but it's okay, he doesn't get rights. And with that, Doan has fallen. He is now dead, thank God. But you should listen to that speech. It was really fucking good. Sent shivers down my spine.
It was very good. But yes, where we left it, the power was waiting. So Mero, do you step up and take it?
Yes.
Bitch, I give it. It's in my goddamn hands. What do you mean take it? You gonna come and snatch it?
You're just covered in blood, and you're like, hey, bestie.
I'm covered in the blood of your father. It looks maybe it's Maybelline, and I just like a commercial, like, just fucking hell.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like, what if there's this cool speech where Mero says something like that? I think you just punch it at him. I think it's funnier. Just throw it at their head.
I give it to you. I don't go up and give it to you. I let it flow to you, you know? Also because, once again, I'm dripping in the blood and general viscera of your father. I don't think you want to come up near me right now.
You still do have that anti-magic thing going on, so...
Oh, I dropped it.
Okay, you dropped that? Cool.
When I drop it, it's like, have y'all ever seen those quick change curtain magicians?
Yep.
It's like that, because I was like pretty pristine and proper, and now I'm blood. Now I look like maybe I've been through one Evil Dead movie.
One Evil Dead movie? Just one?
Yeah, just one.
You are the protagonist at the end of an Evil Dead film. But yes, Mero, you accept this power.
But Mira will hold their hands out for the power to just kind of float there. And they're just gonna look down at it. Hey, little guy. I'm gonna be honest. The underworld has a lot of fixing that needs to be done, and I'm gonna need your help with that if it's okay with you. Will you help me out?
And the power doesn't really have a voice, but it will merge with you, and welcome to godhood.
Yippee!
Are there any changes in Mero's appearance, or are they just the same edgy bastard?
Oh, hell no, they're not the same edgy bastard. The edge went to Tamsin when she ascended. Like, got migrated from one person to another. As this energy sort of spreads through them, their color scheme and everything is a lot more vibrant, a lot more bright. There's more like different colors of the rainbow kind of spreading around, and their wings sort of spread outwards where the inside part becomes less of just those nice autumn colors and more fractals of rainbow start to appear. And they're now gay. Fuck. They look a lot more colorful and calm. And I'm gonna look at Astray and be like, you need a bath.
I do.
It also bears repeating that you know when he died that the ritual was broken, that anything that's keeping the dragons out is gone. And as Mero does this, somewhere beyond you, kind of coming around the corner of one of these homes is a man, and you just hear him clap. I'm just being like, good go. Someone actually finally took that bastard down. Never thought I'd see the day. This man in his eyes sort of glow like cinders and wearing sort of long, dark robes. You all implicitly know in this moment that this is Malfurion, the god of dragons.
Hey, dude.
Joanna, still in fighting mode, just kind of like raises their half-broken shield and stands a little bit forward. Just, you seem a little too happy about this. Not that we're all not happy, but...
I mean, wouldn't you be happy to return home after, by my math, about 700 years?
Joanna has nothing to say to that because there isn't that.
I mean, I'm more than happy to welcome you back, but, well, how are you on this level of worldwide conquering and subjugation? Because then we would have a problem.
Yes, that would be a problem. But, you know, I certainly hope that you all can be a lot more level-headed than your predecessors, and maybe we can come to some kind of agreement, because I don't particularly want to go back to space. None of the rest of the dragons particularly want to go back to space, so I say we're at least amenable to discuss things.
Negotiations sound good. Did you want to discuss this right now, or can we at least take a breather? Because I gestured to all of me, and then I gestured to my friends, but I out of character, like above table, I do have legendary negotiation as my skill feat. So
Please save us.
I'm gonna use it right now. Actually. Because basically it's when I essentially attempt to make an impression it does a few things, like minus 5 DC penalty to a diplomacy check, and then a bunch of other things. I think you have to read it because there's a lot of stuff at your discretion.
Yeah. It's just your legendary in diplomacy, or is that the you have the legendary feat for diplomacy?
I do, yes, and I am legendary in diplomacy as well. I have like 6 legendaries right now.
Yeah, legendary negotiation. There it is. Yeah, let's roll to make an impression. So yeah, it is, give me that, diplomacy check. It's either, no, we're having the discussions now, or you can have some time to collect yourself. That's how this is gonna go. You fail discussions now, you succeed discussions soon.
49.
49?
Yeah. I don't think I have any bonuses, so I'm good.
Yeah. And Malfurion will think this over for just a second and just go, would a day be suitable for you? Meet you, you seem to be very fond of Cressa. We could meet you there in a day to discuss things.
Cressa would be good, actually. Maybe you can meet some of the other new gods. Old gods. True
Yes.
gods.
I have wanted to see Ren again.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
You said I'm gonna say this with my accent, and you Aubrey can determine if this is in character or not. You said that in a rather gay way.
No, I just have a score to settle.
Oh boy.
That makes it gay. I'm sorry.
Listen, I am a fan of enemies to lovers.
I was trying to keep a straight face. So
I'm stopping. Alright. 24 hours in Cressa. You can meet us straight up in the palace.
I look forward to it. Sure, we have plenty of things to discuss. And with that, Malfurion sort of steps around the corner of the building and is gone.
How is Estrella? How is your family and the rest of the gods going to take Malfurion coming back?
Probably not good, but I do have the ritual down for how to put them back up there.
I see. I mean, it's not like we had a choice anyways.
Nope. And I'd rather not fight him right now.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
I'm gonna go pick up Rosie, who I hope is tiny now.
Yes, Rosie is.
I go to pick her up and I remember what I'm covered in. I'm like, okay, Dumisa, you need to pick up our child right now.
Dumisa, who's been stabbed a dozen times.
Oh my god, somebody who is anybody clean?
Joanna, who has not been hit once this fight, will go pick Rosie up.
We should get to Cressa then.
Yep.
I hear they have this wonderful invention called a shower. We can give you a pointed look.
I also would like to know how much time has passed, you know? And I will do teleporting us to Mars. No, I'm joking, but...
I feel like burying the body is like a later thing. Sorry, Doan, you can wait. You made the straight wait for revenge. You can wait to be fucking buried.
Oh, like many of the other gods, there really isn't much of a body left.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like the minute the anti magic field dropped, anything magical about him continued. I just really wanted him to die like a person.
Oh yeah, no. Once it sort of turned to dust.
So I cast teleport.
Yep. You cast teleport, heading back to Cressa. If my math is correct, you were in the underworld for like 7 hours, so about a day.
It would be 2 days ish.
Yeah, it's been about 2 days that you've been gone.
Oh, just 2 days. It could have been much worse, actually. Yes.
Yeah, and as you come out of the portal, everyone is waiting for you because they all sensed everything that happened. And before anything, anything else that you can do, Estrella, you are swept up in a hug by your mother.
And I go, no, Mama, this is not ketchup.
It's like, it's fine. We have spells for that. You're okay. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. We met Malfurion as well.
Yes, I got a sense that he was back.
I look for Rin and be like, he says hi.
Rin is just like, she's just like, well, that's unfortunate. I'm the only one left that imprisoned him in space.
That's okay. We can always put him back. I figured it out, y'all. I give a bloody thumbs up.
Well, at least we have that as an option. If things could go badly. Did you... And I imagine you fill in everyone about the whole... We have 24 hours.
Yeah, of course.
No, so you fill in everybody in that. And immediately, healers are brought for all of you so that you're all healed up and can get cleaned up. And no longer dying. Demisa, you're back in normal hit points.
Can we remove the doom condition too, or no?
Yes.
Yippee!
Doomed condition will go away when you sleep. But yes, you have anything you want to get done in these 24 hours leading up to this meeting with Malfurion.
Should we discuss what we would like to offer and stuff like that first, actually?
That might be a good idea.
Mm-hmm. And then if we have time, I personally would like to talk to Tamsin, but like otherwise I rather get this. This is very important first.
Shouldn't we bring Rin with us? He's the one person that's actually met Malfurion face to face.
I was thinking maybe one of those fun war room things where everybody's there.
Yep.
Ooh, the festive war rooms.
Our favorite place.
Yay!
Looks up. Oh, that's where your mother was singing for about 2 hours.
Yep.
She was dancing.
If Joanna and Estrella had this kind of relationship, Joanna would have ruffled Estrella's hair and kept on walking.
There's nothing stopping you. I'm a mess right now. You might as well continue.
So
Yeah, but Joanna's holding Rosie.
Give me the child.
Like we are surrounded by other family members that can also just be like, oh, the baby.
Yeah, but I'm Tia.
You are
I'm
Tia.
Tia.
Yes, that is true. You are Tia. But yeah, they were dancing in the air.
Isn't that right, Rosie?
Dancing. But yeah, you all eventually, it doesn't really take that much time to get everybody that's in the castle to the war room to figure out what to do. And Rin will sort of stand at the center of the table and we'll start first. And he'll say, "This is what I know about Malfurion. Malfurion is very cunning and always has a plan, which is kind of why we had to put him to space. But Malfurion does care about the dragons. They are his people, so maybe he will not let his massive ego get ahead of him."
Aubrey, can you remind me which dragons are in space and which one? Like, is there a difference between the dragons in space and the dragons on Dragon Island?
Dragons, the ones that were in space were the ones that decided that they were going to essentially continue the battle with the gods. The ones on Dragon Island, at one point in the battle, they said, "This is not going to end well for us, so we're going to go into hiding until maybe sometime in the future people forget that dragons were maybe a problem at one point, and we can just kind of live again." Or, what has happened. They were just ones that did not want to essentially concede.
And that would be pretty good, actually, yeah. I still got spell slots to teleport fuckers to Mars and back, so...
Oh, like, as long as you at least get a sending spell, like, there are dragons there who can teleport to Cressa.
This is also true. Yeah, I got sending up.
Mm-hmm.
Like the spell, not the stone. So,
Hey, Zulzrum, Malfurion's in town.
Literally, I was gonna be like, "Hi, Zulzrum. Old gods are dead. Except Malfurion. You wanna come?" And I send again to this meeting. We're all having. You can also bring some of the other council members too.
And yeah, moments later you'll get back. We'll be there within the hour. Yes, this could be very good, could be very bad. We'll see. And about an hour later, Zulzrum, Kite, and several of the other council members will arrive.
Oh, Kite, good to see you again.
Yeah, see you've continued your god murdering. There's not really a better term for that.
There isn't, but you said it so casually, like it's Tuesday.
I mean, I was there the first time you did it.
This is also true. But yes, come in. We have literal tea and literal tea well. again. Yeah, I realize they both kind of work when you say literal.
Yeah. Yeah, and Zulzrum will add to what Rin has said and say, and back Rin up on the Malfurion, very clever, a little headstrong, and was, the only one that the gods couldn't kill. So that's why they trapped him in space.
It will. I did also, when we were in the underworld, I did also find some. I found the ritual, but I would hate to also just like cast aside all of the dragons. I feel like at least 200 years in space is enough time for them to think about how much they fucking hate space and would like to return home,
It is a good, because they weren't aware we could do that before. Now they're very aware that we can do that.
And people can change in
That
200
too.
years.
People can change, grow. I just watched my friends get worse for 700 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, people can change. Just they didn't say for the better.
Yeah, people can change and get worse.
Yeah,
you saw
exactly.
Doan.
Character growth is
Or
amazing.
character degrowth.
I'm sorry. It's like how I was like, people can change after exile. That's what exile is for.
Yeah.
Estrea's just like, come on, you can go through a character development arc, and they're just like, I can get worse on purpose.
You never heard
Character
of
shrinkage.
fucking. You never heard of the Phantom Zone? Like I just. Yes, we could. In theory, we can just always, attempt to rebanish the ones that are very, very down for killing, like world domination. We can also maybe chill. Would you welcome them to your island?
And Kite's father is very much just like, if any of them want to live on the island, they are more than welcome to. Many of them probably have family that is on the island, so.
Will there be room for them on the island, or are there going to be logistical concerns we should take into consideration?
How attached are you to the abandoned kingdom of Nike?
That is not really a question. I mean, me personally, not much. I also don't know if my dad cares. I don't think he cares. Maybe we should ask him too. But if you wanted to relocate them there, I mean, that sounds perfect to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's right next door. And if I will have a discussion with your father, and if he is okay with it, with his blessing, we will, do something with the very cursed kingdom that is no longer cursed.
I was going to say, it hasn't been cursed for a while. I think the most accursed thing would be the smell, because we did leave a lot of bodies. Like fish people bodies.
Those have been long cleaned up.
Oh, never mind. Not cursed.
Honestly, the amount of kingdoms that the old gods cursed to be uninhabitable have now really just opened up space for dragons, huh?
Obara is now.
Oh, just Obara, yeah.
Also Obara, there are a lot of...
We didn't clean up that body that much.
Listen, they're a little bit of a fixer-upper, but we can totally make that work. All good homes need a little bit of home repair first.
Yes, and Kyrie was like, yeah, Abara had been a conversation that we've been having, what we wanted to do about the city. I wanted to ask Torfine, but that sounded a little weird. But, because it was Torfine's home at one point.
I mean, it might be just appropriate to ask her because it was her prison for several times. If she wants it gone, we can make that happen.
That is another thing we can do. Yes, for sure.
Okay, so we actually have space and relocation efforts if they wish to stay and be chill about it. I feel like we should still extend a hand to the rest of them because, Malfurion could totally be like, haha, joke's on you, I want to fight. And then, but it could also just be Malfurion, Everyone else might want to not do that.
That is definitely a possibility we should consider.
It definitely, having the people there that will most directly affect is not, it is a good idea. It's not bad, especially if Malfurion, like you just said, decides to be terrible. They would know that the people would not be behind them.
We probably would also want to draft up a formal peace treaty, given how things were before they left. Or were banished, rather. Though that obviously takes more than 24 hours and needs both parties present.
This is going to be a work in progress. We can at least draft up what we are willing to, that we have places for them to live, and that any of the dragons that would like to return to Cyrene can, as long as they, don't cause problems.
I think that's fair, but do we have a plan if they are going to cause problems?
I think that's our job now. If they cause problems, we have to fix it.
We've got to keep an eye on the boss. He seems like the type that might, well, as you said, as someone said, he always has a plan. But that's not the fault of the other dragons.
I mean, actually, can I take out? I have my notes on me right now. Can I please take out like that? And when I took the time to copy it down, do I know how long like this ritual would take and all that kind of stuff?
This ritual would probably take about 4 to 5 hours to do.
I can actually fucking shorten that because of one of the things I took. That's awesome.
And would require probably the rest of the Pantheon as secondary casters, and sort of all tie your energies into the ritual so that if you all died, if you all died, the ritual would end.
Do we need to bind it to something? Because it was bound to Doan's, to just Doan, and Doan had a giant fucking room in the vault. Like I put shit on my body all the time. Could I just have a tattoo of it and bind it to myself?
Yeah, you could. That would be super easy to modify the ritual to do that.
So I'm just gonna take out my notes and like spread them out on the table so they can kind of see it and be like, so this was in the vault in the underworld, and it was tied to Doan. Oops. But we could totally do it again. We would just need the entire Pantheon right now to kind of pour their energy into it as it's casted, and I can just put it on my back. And in theory, if we all died, that's when it would be opened again. But I mean, the lifespan of this so far, at least 200 years. So like, that's not so bad. But yeah, we have some options. It would take me at least like maximum, it would take us like 4 hours, 5 hours. I can cut that time in half. So 2, 3. But that's still 2 to 3 hours of availability to do whatever.
Do we think we have any sort of something that could stall him for 2.5 to 3 hours? Because the whole Pantheon's gonna be busy.
You have other members of the Pantheon that are very good at magic.
I thought you said we need the whole Pantheon to cast a spell, though.
To do it, yeah, but you have other ones that can at least start the ritual.
Okay.
You have an entire god of luck and magic.
So let me get this straight. In order to complete the ritual, we need everyone, but in order to start it, we don't need everyone.
Yeah, they can set it up and start the ritual. Tell Estrella you can get Leas to start the ritual, but it essentially wouldn't move past certain points without everybody making a check.
Well, how many points is that? What level of point is that, oh person, this guy answering our questions?
It essentially is, think of it like you're cooking, and Leas you send in to prep all of the ingredients.
Okay.
So the ingredients are all prepped and everything. Like the circle is made, everything is set up, and Leas like starts it, and then everybody else comes in at the end of that first like hour to make that first check. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It is a thing. You could do it, or you could see how the meeting goes. That is also an option.
Yeah. But we have an offer for him. If he doesn't like it, we can have the ritual spell planned, and we can probably, unfortunately, kick his butt and buy enough time for the ritual to go off if he does choose to not take an amicable route or has decided that genocide is fun, actually.
I think our biggest issue is if we end up fighting in the war room.
Right.
I mean, there are ways we can keep it as close as possible. We can also maybe evacuate people. That is the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't be able to turn to a dragon in the war room.
Well, with that attitude, he wouldn't be able to.
Would he, or would he just bust through the ceiling?
Yeah, like, why shouldn't he?
I've seen a lot of cartoons where they get bigger and they just break the ceiling off. Like,
That's
what?
just fair.
Magical.
It is magically protected. He could still probably do it, but it would not be easy.
Could we actually? Because I remember the Vlagos castle when we were trying to rescue Estrella was like super warded against like all kinds of things. Would it be possible to do something that would prevent, say, like polymorph? Does that count as polymorph?
It would count as like a transmutation kind of thing. You could probably stop that. And I mean, you technically have the person who did it.
Yeah, we do technically. Well, kind of both actually still.
You do have both, but
I give my sword to Talon. Can he redo it?
Talon just talking to the sword. Okay, motherfucker, how'd you do this ritual?
So like, it talks still? Jeez.
It talks still. Oh shit.
Talon is just like, only if you know the right spells.
Oh. Estrella quietly, oh. I brought my fourth dad on an adventure this whole time. In theory, we did the most bonding.
Yeah, right. I have cursed things. I won't say them.
No, say them. You have to say them, you pussy.
But like Talon
Nope,
also
moving on.
has all of Theron's notes and stuff, so he can easily, if you wanted to do kind of the same idea of like a sort of a very special anti-magic field over the palace, you could.
I think we would be able to do such a thing as a precaution without it looking like a gesture of bad will.
Yeah.
I think that just seems like a wise precaution that he would see as an understandable precaution, as opposed to like a poor gesture on our part that we don't actually mean to go through with whatever we're offering.
Yeah, I mean, especially
That's my
if you.
opinion, though.
It's a good opinion, and it may or may not be correct, but and also depending on how good the ritual is, he may not even notice it until he tries to cast magic.
Will be done by the best person available, so it's gonna be good. Yeah.
That just make it look super. I was gonna say make it look super cool, but now I'm like, if it's very visually noticeable, that'd be weird, right?
I mean, you could make it look like it's built into the castle as opposed to a new thing.
That is a possibility.
Since he was the one who suggested Cressa, then it would just be like, well, you picked a place that happened to have this. We didn't do it. And it was Maeve. I don't know. Or we put it in after Maeve, which makes more sense. We fought 2 dragons in this castle. It would make sense for us to have it here.
You did.
Actually, it's surprising we didn't do this earlier.
I kind of like in my heart of heart, I assumed we would have wards up because of how frequently we have left this castle.
I think we do, just maybe not specifically for like preventing shape change and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Talon can work on that and get it done by the end of the day.
That is a speed demon. But like, yeah, I'm down for that.
Dad also manipulates time.
That is true.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of, I did that. I did that.
You what?
So like in the middle of our fight, I like took a while. It took a very long time to take down all the notes for this ritual, so I just stopped time for a little bit.
Alan is like, I have never been a prouder father.
Mhm.
My child's first stop time spell.
Estrella, with all the love in my heart, I hope you don't take this as like a good thing to do for all the time.
No, I won't do it all the time. I mostly did it because I was
Mm.
like, let's see if I can fuck up this room. Because what if the room was giving Doan powers? And then I realized in the several hours that I took,
Hours.
yes,
Babe.
it
Oh,
was not the room, it was the whole domain. Haha. You would think that I would assume that before, but at the same time, I guess
we
did
are
not
all
want
under
to.
a lot of stress. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you. Like very quick. You know, you're always so smart. But also, don't do this when you just need to do your chores for the week.
Literally was gonna say
We
the
will
same
help
thing.
you. We will help you.
Don't you dare use it for your workload. Don't you dare use it for your workload.
Joanna holds up Rosie. Rosie, tell her to not work too hard.
Don't work too hard.
Thank you.
Okay, but I can use other.
Babe.
I'm not stopping time. Why do you think I made the thing to clone myself?
Babe.
It's just efficient.
No, efficiency is delegation.
After this whole negotiation, we have things to talk about, dear.
I'm gonna show you multiplicity and you'll learn why cloning is a bad idea. It's a really popular play in Vlogos.
It's kind of cool, though. I'm cool.
Yeah, you're obviously the coolest. But you overwork yourself a lot.
Can I lean into
Let me do it again.
Can I softly lean into Tamsin and just whisper, if time was stopped for that long, why didn't you just snap his neck when the time was stopped?
Because everything becomes invulnerable. I can hear you. You don't think I wanted to?
You also learned something else pretty big when you stopped time.
What else was that, God? In the sky?
Like the
head?
evil guy from the book. And
Yeah,
also,
Oh yeah, there's also one other thing I learned. There is like totally some dude up in space that has eaten a lot of like Thanaton's friends. I think it will come back eventually. I'm blanking on the name right now. 1 second, let me listen to the voices.
Maybe we don't want to think of the name.
Aubrey, you're the voices.
I know I am. And the name of the being is.
Don't we want to not say it? Wait, hold on.
Well,
I'm pretty sure saying it is a bad thing. Talking about it,
you
ow,
could
it's
say
bad.
it, but like Estrella shouldn't. But you know,
You'd also just call him the Tyrant of the Dark Star.
That's too cool. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Look at that.
oh right,
Pretty sure.
didn't I? I thought
Did
I
you
had a
what?
book about them,
Hmm?
right?
you did, yes. You do.
Did Thompson?
Thompson.
No, I returned it because I can summon book and then return book.
Exactly.
You don't even need to know.
Thompson, what do you mean? Did you stumbled there for a second, and a person of your grandeur does not just stumble simply.
No, if you check, you'll find it.
Yeah, where would I find it again? I think you know, right?
I believe I only have to visualize the book and not actually know where it is.
Yeah.
So
As long as you've seen the book before, you can summon it with your little thingy.
Thompson, I think we have stuff to talk about too. I remember this now, Estrella. This is the one where we think about it too much, like we're doing right now. It becomes more true.
I believe so. You know, concepts and stuff. Anyways, that is a thing that exists, and that is something that we can not think about. That is something we should not think about, but something that we can deal with perhaps later.
Maybe never.
Perhaps.
That one may not be our problem.
It might be my problem if they're from space.
I mean, if they're far enough away and not eating us. Also, never mind. There's a lot of universes. Somebody's got to be able to take care of some other ones.
And
Otherwise,
and
we become responsible for like Mexico too. Like, come on, where's it at?
from the sky, you hear Shambhala whispering.
I think that falls under my jurisdiction, to be fair.
Okay, no, that's valid. Hang on. What about do we have to deal with what is it? The plane of Ireland? Is that one ours too?
I mean, it does belong to the same plane that Mexico does. So
Oh, they're not separate planes. Oh.
no, it's all
Like countries.
yes, exactly.
And I look at
Oh.
Dumisa and go, dear countries exist.
I know countries exist. I just thought they were different planes. I didn't realize. I thought it was the name of a plane.
So Mexico is a country.
Yes, I will give you all a geography lesson after the negotiation.
You've been letting us call it a plane for like half a year.
You know, I remembered this only about like 3 weeks ago. So
Sure.
it's not exactly we had a lot of time to discuss Mexico.
Mexico aside, important subject, but you're right, we do have a negotiation. I assume I'm gonna get Will Smith to Estrella. Our resident bird's gonna be doing most of the talking.
Probably that's the wrong accent
What was
because I had
that?
to do something. I was speaking in that accent all day today to like get my mom to do things for me, and then it slipped back.
She's been replaced again. It's not really her.
Just
Estrella
like you, I
turns to
can
goo.
willingly turn into pink goo now.
Baby, no.
Great trauma.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, probably I should be the one speaking. I think Mama can too, because I would assume you are good at that. I would hope you are good at that, Queen of Cressa.
Yes, I have my moments.
Well, we have places, we have an offer, and we have a plan in case he refuses.
I think it is safe to say that we are doing our best.
Zolzum, you want to come? Please?
Yes, I will be there. I will help with negotiations.
Grandpa, you should also come. Though I promise if it gets really weird, we will not throw you under the bus. If it would suck if it happened a third time.
I do say things come in threes.
I do want to say that Malfurion's in a gay way. So please don't tell me this is another one of your exes, because your exes also could come in threes.
And it's like, no, we never did anything.
Is there like an inside check in this game for me to sense the gay?
You good perception, yeah.
Okay, hold on. I bought dice, I don't want to grab them. I'm gonna roll it on the dice.
Wow. Failed
46.
insight check.
That's a 46. Is
I
anything
mean,
lacking? Did
he's
they
not
fuck?
telling. He's telling the truth when they said they never did anything.
They never dated or anything?
They never did anything.
Oh. What is so they haven't like fucked at all, huh?
No.
There's nothing, no secrets, nothing that I can tell. No sexting,
I mean-
no passionate kiss on the lips, no holding hands.
No, none of
And
that.
this, again, this only we have something very important to do. I understand that we just finished something very important, but like it's not over.
I'm in the breakdown, like, please stop. No, these are all thoughts. Don't worry, Joanna. You don't have to see them.
Look, all I'm saying is my grandpa doesn't have the best history when it comes to these things, and I'd like to not be blindsided just in case. And then I look at him and I go, but if things do work out, I'm okay.
I'm glad to have your blessing if that becomes a thing.
I've been collecting. Just my pastime. I'd like to talk to Tamsin.
Yes, shockingly, you find her in the library.
I pop my head in and I go, hello. Is now a good time?
I assume you've cleaned up and everything.
I would hope so. I hope we did not invite the dragons who took an hour to come. I had a whole hour to shower and stuff. I did that. I'm clean.
Okay, good. Oh, Estrella. Hello.
Thompson, I have something to ask of you. Or not ask of you, more like tell you. Because I'm not sure how to tell everybody else just yet without them freaking out. And out of all of us, you're the only other person with academic magic. So you were more likely to not freak out.
That's a slightly concerning preface, Estrella, but please. And Tamsin sort of gestures you to come, sit down.
I go, I sit, and I just go, put my hands together, I go so, I might have extended our pantheon, but by 3 people. 4.
Might have?
I did. You know how when we became gods, we felt it, and so did everybody else, and when we became as more of us in our party also became gods, we felt it and we knew.
Yes.
I don't think anybody felt it when I made my siblings gods.
And you did that by further splitting Thanaton's soul?
No. My own.
Estrella.
Oh, don't get mad at me.
Are your siblings aware of it?
They are now.
They weren't when you did it?
No. But in hindsight, I really should have asked. I really should have asked. But I did not this time, because I was really worried. In general, like about the future and stuff. So
And you decided the best way to deal with your concern for their safety was to shatter off pieces of your soul for them?
Well, I mean, wouldn't you want to? Also, they're my siblings. I don't know. I don't think I should be the only one with this. I'm also the youngest, so in theory, I really should not be the only one with this.
I don't know that age has much to do with it. Estrella, I obviously have no room to talk when it comes to soul magic, but I don't love the idea of you continuing to live like that. Is there...
I did it safely. I just realized how that sounded coming out of my mouth. But I didn't mess up. Like I'm here. You know? I'm completely here. And I mean, sure, occasionally I hear voices, but like that is more like the void, you know? And godhood with prayers and stuff, but I'm entirely here.
When you're like, I hear voices, but mostly that's the void, Tamsin just stares at you and sort of blinks.
No, I just mean, I think that's my domain now. You know, my magic, I kind of just make, I was always making the universe sing, and now the universe constantly sings, so it's not so bad. It's like a playlist on repeat, with new songs every day.
New Spotify Wraps dropped.
Alright, it seems like there are several things going on here, so focusing back on what you came here to tell me, I mean, you offered me looking into a way to return my soul to my body. Is that something you'd be interested in for yourself if we could do it safely and keeping that power in your siblings? Splitting Thanaton's soul instead, maybe?
I mean, maybe, but also the main reason why I didn't want to split Thanaton's soul anymore is because I felt bad. I mean, you've met him, right?
So when I talked to him, me trying to pull up my notes. When I talked to him, he told me that holding his power was a way of us to keep his memory alive. I don't think that further splitting it would necessarily be against his interests, though of course I would want to ask.
God, I should have talked to you first, damn it. I mean, so in theory, I feel like they can always give it back to me my siblings, I mean, like if they wanted to give it up again, you know? Because I'm pretty sure it would work the exact same way giving up godhood. In theory, I could just grab it back and, smack it back into place. But you go ahead.
You said you did it safely. What exactly were you following to do this ritual?
I did it as Thanaton said, but I added my own little flair to it. I actually, I'll pull out the mirror, like the compact, that I have, and you'll see that it's like the mirror part is like shattered into even pieces. And I think for all the ones who have taken it or were given it, the mirror itself looks a little dulled out in color, but it's like still there.
Yeah, I think that it's very evident that the fact that you did this sort of based on one conversation and sort of vibes makes Tamsin very uncomfortable, but you're here and it apparently worked out, so she's not going to dig into that with you right now.
Like, okay, this is how I said. Well, not this exactly, but I've given my soul up before, and that is why I have Rosie. So, I thought, let me do that again.
Yeah, truly, the more that you talk.
I know. Yeah, no, I'm speaking out loud, and I'm realizing, maybe I have some problems that I need to actually seek therapy for.
Whatever happened with that? Have you all been continuing to see Liz?
To see what?
Who was the therapist? God, it was Leia's, right? Who was it?
No, it's not Leia's.
Leia's is the god of gambling.
Oh, well, that's one form of therapy.
Different kind of therapy. I guess it's Luctus, but yeah, gambling is therapy.
Yeah, Luctus.
Luctus. How's that going? Are you continuing to see Luctus?
We haven't had the time to do that, so I have not seen them in months.
Comes in, face palms, but elegantly. Well, I do appreciate you telling me, Estrella. I also wish that we talked about it before you did it, although you seem fine now. It would have soothed me to have been there for you.
Yeah, no, I feel like I should go talk to my siblings and be like, hey, by the way, if you want to give it up, I can take it back. I also gave it to Vren.
Yeah, I think that it would be good to speak with them.
Yeah, oh jeez. Oh, I can't believe it. Without asking them first. Oh my god. Straight head in hands, like, oh shit. Maybe I do. Maybe oh shit, bro. Maybe I do have issues. Actually, maybe I should seek help after all of this.
After you sleep for a month, yes, I think that is a good thing to add to your list.
Mm-hmm.
But not something to do while pausing time.
It's a very good thing that you said that. Okay. Do you think I should tell everybody else, or should I just wait?
I think maybe talk to your siblings, maybe your mother as well.
They do know that part, actually.
Okay.
Yes, they do know. I just then afterwards we went to the underworld. I meant like our friends, like Duvisa and Grun and Joanna and Mero.
Perhaps after this negotiation tomorrow,
Good point. Good point.
I imagine Dumisa at least is already worried sick about the pressure on you. No need to stoke that unnecessarily.
Uh-huh. Yep. Oh my god.
The cackling is out of character.
It should be in character. Nothing's stopping you. I need you to know that out of character, above table. I also realized didn't ask consent.
He forgot.
I just made it know, and I was like, wait a minute.
I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about that the entire time. I was like, you never asked them. But I don't want to bring it up because I don't want to seem rude. But I knew the entire time, I was thinking, I was like, do I say something? Like, Aki's really thought about this. Like, no,
bitch, you want to know how I thought about how easy I could do it.
I was like,
I thought of it as the contingency plan that Estrella would in fact do, completely forgetting one of the core parts of her character was consent.
Sometimes she uses her things of power.
Shit. This conversation was mostly because I wanted to tell Tamsin how cool this shit was. Not get therapy.
Therapy comes at you in strange
This is what
ways.
happens. This is what happens anytime you talk to any of the elder gays. You get therapy.
That's true.
I just
But
wanted.
you're not going to talk to your therapist.
I just wanted brownie points with the cool grandma, please.
Hey, guess what? Guess what, Estrella?
What?
I can use spells now. You are no longer better than me.
Mara, I never thought I was better than you in anything besides fashion.
No, like out of character over the table in the fight to make Tamsin the mom figure. I now have. It's like you've watched Full Metal Alchemist, right? It's like how Edward is a really accomplished like alchemist with many different things that can like just clap and make stuff. And you know when Alphonse gets that ability, he's just depressed and the like that was my shit. It's like competing for Tamsin. It's like, oh my god, I can use magic now. This made more sense in my head, so just remove this. This makes crystal clear sense in my head, but after saying it, I think it makes no fucking sense. Anyways, you guys have fun.
But go ahead.
I think that sort of as you're leaving and Tamsin goes back to, I think just looking through history is anything that she can find on sort of Malfurion and pre that conflict, or, you know, during that conflict. Tamsin will say to Estrella, it is a very impressive piece of magic, though.
Thanks. And I go skip off. That's all I wanted, bro. I just wanted to tell you I did something cool. Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know if we ever want to have want to RP. Me telling my siblings, hey, by the way, if you don't want it, just let me know. I'll take it back. I'm sorry.
They have all adjusted to the power by this point. It was initially a little surprising, but you know, they didn't think too much of it. You know, and now that they're used to it, you know, they will let you know if they ever change their minds.
I will still make sure I apologize because I was going through some things.
They're like, yes, we know, we love you, we forgive you. Just, please, before you do rituals to shatter your soul again, ask us. So, Marrow.
Yeah?
I believe you have a conversation that you need to have.
Right now, all I have is a dancing emote in my head. Who was I having a conversation with again? I'm so sorry.
Who else has everyone had a conversation with after they've become gods? To be fair, they have, yes. But no. It is your turn to meet Thanaton.
Oh, right. We were going to bed. I forgot we were going to bed. Holy shit.
At some point, I imagine that, things happen and you eventually settle down for the night. And when you, in the middle of your sleep, you wake up in this... You're underground, you can tell that. And for the first time, you know where you are. You understand where you are. It is technically the vault in the underworld.
I'm gonna look around. I'm just gonna say softly to myself, is this the lower drop dream everyone's gotten? As I look around in awe.
Yeah, and there's a voice that sort of reverberates around and says, I didn't think it would ever happen. He's gone. Good riddance. But you have taken his place, new god of the underworld.
Going to be honest, a little nerve-wracking, but I'll do my best. Disembodied voice.
And sort of materializing in front of you is this sort of large shape that's made out of stone and other parts. They don't have a face, but you at least have a form to look at, and they say, I apologize about that. I do forget that people generally enjoy conversing with physical form.
Oh, no, it's okay. I didn't want to be rude, just talking to the sky. I wasn't sure where exactly you were, unless... Are you this entire room?
I'm theoretically Cyrene.
Ah. Wait, out of character, we know this guy's name. Like, everyone who's gotten lore drops has, like, shared the lore drops, right?
Yeah, you've talked about Thanaton before.
Oh, you must be Thanaton. It is very nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you from all of my friends.
Yes, I was wondering when your time would come.
Oh, is there like a... Oh, I'm flattered. It is kind of our little group that was at the center of everything, huh?
Yes, that it was. But meeting you and understanding that the underworld will be in good hands puts me at ease. I built the underworld myself in the beginning, where everything came from. The world, all of the people, they came from death. Death becomes life. Everything returns to the wheel in the end.
Well, if I may say, you did create something very beautiful. Especially after going out and seeing it all for myself. You've made a great world. It's got some fighting and some nicks and tears and some very stressed individuals and a little bit of crime, but there's a lot of beautiful parts and people in it.
That there is. I will offer you the same deal that I've offered everyone else. A question. Is there anything you would like to know, Marrow?
Out of character, I had several months to think about this, and I have not gotten an answer. Because everyone's kind of asked everything, right? Like, We already got all the lore. Except for Joanna, because Joanna's, I guess, too milfy or whatever, I don't know. Joanna's too cool, she couldn't get a question. Out of characters, or anything that we haven't asked him yet?
Favorite color?
I'm not gonna ask that. So, damn, what's your pronoun? No, I'm kidding, we know his pronouns already. Well, honestly, I think everyone's kind of asked everything, so this is going to be a bit of a weird question, but is there anything that you want to tell me or anyone else in the world? Just, you're stuck here, you can't say many things very often. Is there anything you'd like your world to know?
Thinks for a moment and says, just that I believe it's in good hands, and that maybe eventually there will be a time in the future where everything looks very grim, and that working together may save Cyrene when it comes down to it.
An ominous prophecy for the end of a dream. I'll take it.
He will return one day. I know that.
Who?
He will return one day.
He, okay. My dad?
No,
Oh, thank God.
he is well and truly dead. But the tyrant, as Hollow, will return one day.
Well, if he returns to hurt the world that me and my friends are taking care of, he is not going to have an easy time of it, that's for sure. I don't know if you've seen them all, but my friends are actually very strong and a little scary.
Yes. I hope that in time, when it happens, that it will be enough. But you have an incredible journey in front of you. I hope you enjoy it.
No, I think I will.
And with that, you wake up.
Now I have lore about the one guy I'm not supposed to say the name of.
Yep.
Now I know his name. I don't know him. I know his name, and I was not told that I'm not supposed to say it.
I mean, there was the big conversation with Estrella about not saying it. You were there for that.
Oh right, I don't think I was there for that. With the book when you first got it?
No, like literally
We
just
literally
earlier today.
we just had it in the war room, so now everybody in the war room knows
Right,
not to
yeah.
say it.
Right, that guy. Okay. God, you know what? Listen, I got lore that something bad's gonna happen in the future, which is kind of scary, but you know what? It's okay. That's for future me.
Exactly. Well, it is the morning of the negotiations, and believe that Dumisa wanted to talk to Mero real quick.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna just buy Marrow at breakfast or something, and just I just wanna check in, cause you know, a lot happened. Now you're a god, but also your dad's dead. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, buddy, how you doing? Well, it would be lying to say it didn't hurt, but it just feels like throughout all this time and all these journeys, I have a lot of other people that love me so much more. And I'm gonna be honest, we kind of have a dragon apocalypse potentially brewing in our wake. We may not want to emote about dead parents.
I mean, if not now, we may never get a chance.
Miss, are you trying to have a feelings conversation?
I could punch you if that would help.
Yeah, actually, it would.
Okay.
If you can.
You can willingly take a punch, you know that, right?
Oh no, she has to earn it.
You actually want me to roll to hit you? That was gonna fake hit you.
I don't know, Marrow. Do you want Dumisa to roll to hit you?
Yeah, usually you have to roll to hit someone. That's a core game mechanic.
Alright, fine. I'm sure I miss.
What'd you get?
That is a... That's a 39. Yeah, I miss.
A 39 does not hit.
He wasn't actually trying to hit you, though.
It's not a crit fail. It's actually a little close to a crit fail, though, actually.
Oh, yeah. She does want to... She was just trying to make you flinch.
Unfazed, unflinching. Okay. It feels weird. It's like it hasn't really set in yet. Like,
It's fresh.
just not looking at it, not processing it. The fact that I have a lot of responsibilities on my shoulder. I think I kind of get how Estrella feels, because all I want to do now is start fixing things without a break. And I know it's not good. Like, I get her a little bit. I understand.
Yeah, that is the instinct.
And it's not good. I say slightly louder so Estrella can hear that.
Shut up!
Go back to bed. It's still early.
Shit.
You.
It is just sinking in. There's a lot of fixing that I have to do, but at least I know I don't have to do it alone. I mean, there is a whole old ruler of the underworld that I can ask for help and advice and any sort of guidance I need. And just... I think it's something with time it'll settle in. I'll go back and I'll do a proper burial and hope that in the future, if he does get reborn into someone less, you know, there's a lot of choice words, but I don't think many of them are very friendly to say around Rosalite. And I just hope it's a bit better for him.
I think that attitude is sort of the big difference between you and him. You actually hope he gets a better second chance one day.
I think everyone deserves a better second chance one day. Death is kind of a finality to one curtain and opening to the other, so it just wouldn't be fair if you just got condemned for who you were now for your future. Like, what if I was cringe in my past life? Wait, hold on. I don't know if that works. What if you were cringe in your past life?
I was cringe in my own current life. What are you talking about? I have committed war crimes.
What if
Someone forgot Denise's a war criminal.
Decent for like a year and a half, okay?
No, you know it. Listen, you're not as cringe as Doan is, okay? Like...
Listen. We think.
When you killed people, at least it was like equality killed people. Doan just murdered innocent women and kidnapped them in his basement.
Anyway, we don't need to get into comparing the bad deeds one has done.
Yeah, you've gone through a redemption arc and he refused it. That's all that really matters.
It's in progress. I wouldn't call it done. I have a lot of work left to do.
I think recognizing that is part of the process.
Yeah, I also have to get rid of some ghosts, but that's gonna be a later thing.
You're still possessed.
I'm double possessed.
Wait, what?
I'm bonus possessed. I've got the whole family in here. That's not true. I have half the family in here.
Wait, your mom's possessing you now too? That's what that was?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was one of those. I knew it was a bad idea at the time, but we kind of needed help, so.
How could you?
Bro, that is gonna be so awkward in the bedroom.
Don't worry. When we deal with the dragons, then we're gonna deal with everything else, but one step at a time. And also, this was a conversation about your feelings, okay? You're the one who just ascended to godhood and watched kind of saw your father die.
Well, I mean, I looked away. The point still stands.
The point still stands.
Honestly,
I'm just saying, if you have complicated feelings about it, and if they're a little mixed up, and you feel sad, it's okay, and you're allowed to. Even if he was the world's worst father, it's still okay to miss the father he should have been.
Or miss the father I thought he was. Yeah.
You're allowed to grieve. That's all I'm saying.
Aw, I'm gonna give her a hug and be like, thanks, Dumisa.
I will hug you back and then hug you hard enough to crack your back.
Oh, I can use magic now.
Oh, good. Cool. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's fun. What kind? Is this your god power? Is this your new god power?
Yeah.
Did you go druid?
I feel more planty now. If that's the answer.
Nice.
Yeah, I can move faster if I want to.
Like you needed help with that, but continue.
Oh no, I still have a bet to win. I need to outrun a dragon.
Honestly, I think it would be more impressive if you outran my sibling, being the god of wind.
True, how fast?
But also, I think if you did that, you'd probably blow something up.
Yeah. I can do a few interesting things. I haven't quite really tested any of them out, but I mean, considering what everyone else has been doing with the god powers and the magic, I might be able to do something kind of cool.
I know you can. You do a lot of cool things anyway.
It's in the back of my head, but I feel like I could summon a kaiju or something.
Cool. What is that?
I don't know, but we'll find out at some point. Just ecstatically grinning, like, yeah, we'll figure it out one day.
I'm not pushing you off a roof again, okay?
Aww. Come on, we're supposed to be besties.
No,
Besties push each other off roofs.
no, I got yelled at for that.
Estrella, will you push me off a roof?
Estrella, go to bed.
Aw. I'll push you off the roof eventually, Marrow.
Thank you. But thank you for checking in, Dumisa. It feels like things are almost finally, possibly, maybe slightly going to be okay. Finally.
Hopefully. I'm not ready to stop holding my breath, though.
Oh yeah.
But,
Don't hold your breath. You need that to breathe.
Whatever. I'm gonna go make Estrella breakfast to take to her bed if she's still in it.
Oh wait, I just remembered something cool I can do. Quick, stab me.
No.
Do it.
No. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, it is the morning of the negotiations. You probably have a couple hours before Malfurion and cohorts show up. How are you preparing?
Big breakfast.
Big breakfast. Yeah.
With all the fixings.
Estrella needs lots of protein, so her brain is sharp for negotiations. And she's getting breakfast in bed because she also needs sleep for negotiations.
You okay, I need you best know that I slept like a baby. I slept so
in the
good.
bad way? Oh,
if you're no, in a good way. In a good way.
Horribly.
No, I slept
the bad
good.
sleepers. Okay,
I slept good. Slept through the night. 16 hours somehow, all put into like 8, like slept good. So if anybody asks how you feeling after like Doan murder, my skin is clear. Surprisingly, I'm like up and healthy. I'm energized. It's like I had like G fuel. Like I'm I'm here. I'm good. I'm dressing up though. It's not every day that you have an audience with like essentially I guess you could. Would they fit an ancient dragon age at this point? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not every day you meet like all of them. You know?
This is true.
Aubrey, I have a question. I'm not sure you can answer it. Are they all ancient dragon age, or do they fuck on the moon?
I mean, well, eggs appeared
Yeah.
from the
Could
stratosphere.
have been there from before. We don't know. Maybe they just stashed their eggs in the
I
sky.
don't know if they actually do it on the moon though, because that would be visible even to like the naked eye.
Yeah.
These dragons. What are you talking about? Visible to the naked eye.
Well, actually, no. Now I gotta ask how many.
There's the dark
moons,
side of the moon, right?
How many moons does Cyrene have?
How the fuck? Yeah,
This,
how the fuck do we know?
Is this
Cyrene
like
has one moon.
one moon, right? I was gonna say it's pretty like earthy, right? Because some fantasy worlds it's like there's 3 moons and 2 suns, and we're like, damn,
Just call me out by name, okay?
we're dire, you know.
And then one of them just disappears all of a sudden. You're like, oh, it's a plot point, isn't it?
Just call me out by name, okay?
And sometimes it's like we have 1 moon, we have 2 moons. That's a problem.
This is true. This is true. This is true. This is true. If you want to see what kind of problem that is, you should tune in after we're fucking done this campaign. I also do want to delegate some stuff here because okay, look, it's one thing to have guests over for a potential fight in the war room, but it's another thing to be a bad host. So I feel like I've already asked this by now, and like with as much time as I spend with the dragons, I would know some good snackies that these dragons might like, or maybe even just a tea preference. Because, like, you know, like, what if everything is great and they're like, damn, after all this negotiation and living in space, I sure am parched.
Baby, I got you.
Right? Exactly. Good tea.
We went around and did all the cooking lessons on the island so we could make good stuff for Rosie.
Exactly. So we just gotta make it, like, a little bit more than usual because more dragons are showing up this time around. You know, we want to be hospitable. So, like, that way, you know, even if they do, let's say, fight and beat our ass, they'll be like, you know, but they were damn hospitable.
They were nice. They did not miss a beat, you know? The tea was immaculate. The biscuits weren't dry at all, you know? Like,
damn, like, and the interior was great. You know, maybe we want to keep it looking like this. Damn, you know, just stuff.
When Estrella comes down dressed all nice, Tamsin does do the little like mom like wiping off your face or putting a bit of hair behind your ear, and you have +3 to diplomacy and to performance.
Hot damn, this is what we're at. If I fail, it is by God's will alone.
Yeah, you got it. You'll have at least 1 hero point.
Mm-hmm.
We can always go back in time if desperate.
If I fail, this is Marrow out of Tick's control, finally getting back at me.
I would like to ask Estrella something in character. On a scale of 1 being no and 10 being yes, how slutty should I dress?
That scale does not line up to that question, my love.
Should I put a proper shirt on maybe, or is like the abs like a good feature? Like, you know, I don't know what level of formal is this? I have to make sure I'm dressing appropriately.
Estrella takes a seat and thinks, pulls a notebook from the sky, because you should have let me do that, Aubrey. Oh my God, now. Writes a very small pros and cons list. The pros are immaculate. The cons are very short. And then she looks to you, Marrow, and goes, "Can you do like slutty because this is also your godly presence.
And I'll think for a second and be like, how much spare time do you have this morning?
We've got time. I think we've got at least, at the minimum, a solid hour, but like, I've got time.
I've got a couple outfits. You want to help me pick one that's suitably slutty?
Oh, absolutely. Let's go.
Yeah!
Best case scenario, you get laid. And we leave. forget, you know.
Isn't the best case scenario that we don't go to war?
Listen.
I am listening and I'm hearing nonsense.
It kind of feels like, I know it's only been a few months, but it feels like at least a year and a half before we got Marrow. Any form of lay-in. And so...
We've all been very busy, to be fair.
We have, but like, what if peace can be negotiated? Because Marrow's hot. That's a very us thing to do.
I think this is you counting your chickens before they'd even be like conceptualized as an idea.
They have been stuck up in that space for many, many, many moons. And they even only see the same moon. Up close. That must be boring. But you know what's not? I point to Marrow.
I pose.
Okay, just come back in time, I guess. I don't know why I'm even trying to. You go. Joanna just walks away.
Thanks, Mom. Bye. Here we go. Wait, fuck, that was an accident on my part.
Assigned Mom at...
You know what? That was an accident on Tick's part, but I'm keeping it in because it's funny. I've seen you raising up a Midas. I know what you're about. I know what's happening here.
10 times so.
Yeah, Lord.
This is true. So yeah, you get Marrow appropriate clothing?
Appropriate, but like...
mark?
Appropriate, but also like... hot. It's sort of like, it's like the equivalent of wearing like a really nice sweater for like a meeting, but it has a boob window. So is it appropriate? Almost.
Worst case, I can get like a neck piece to put over the boob window in case people are really uncomfortable.
Exactly. Oh, or we can go like deep V, like it's like the equivalent of wearing a blazer and buttoning it up, but with nothing inside.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
And when you you're like, oh, it's time to do, I don't know, royal business. Yeah, all you do is unbutton the blazer. Oh, Marrow. Marrow.
Yes.
Marrow, we're doing things.
Yeah.
High five.
High five for sure. Also, this is just like off topic. I'm getting Barry a little bow tie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is everyone else doing to prepare for the negotiations?
Please, is the slutty plan the only plan we have?
That was a good question. I don't even know. I think Joanna is just going to like assist in making sure everyone is like fed. Because like negotiations, like maybe once upon a time, but like right now, no.
It's fair.
So we have the slut squad, we have the food squad, and we have Tamsin and Groom.
I mean, Timson, I think, other than momming Estrella, just like last night was doing some reading on whatever, dragons in general, I guess. History, dragon history, pre-dragons being vanished history, but I don't think that'll be super useful. I think it was more just for herself.
It's fair. Eventually, after a couple hours getting ready, you're all called to the war room. You are all the first to enter, followed by the entire rest of the Pantheon. All of the true gods are here, including, Rin and Zulzrum and several of the other dragons. This room's a little crowded. Certainly not meant for this many people.
I'm so glad that I said that we're stocking up on bevies. Oh
Mhm.
my god.
And after you all enter the room and sort of get your bearings, start getting settled, a guard comes in and announces Malfurion and company. As Malfurion walks through the door looking the same kind of cocky and he did yesterday, and flanked by several other dragons in very, very beautiful armor. As he approaches the table, looks over everyone and says, well, I feel special. Everyone decided to show up. But yes, let's get down to business. This negotiation. We would like to return and live in the world once more. What are your terms?
Extremely grateful to hear that. Our terms are no more casual genocides. We kind of put an end to that, and we'd like to keep it that way. Above table. Good God, that's fucking it, right?
I
I
assume,
really think so.
Yeah.
no tyranny, no attempting to usurp kingdoms. Please don't try to usurp us and reclaim the power by murdering us and mass
Yeah,
don't
I was.
be cringe. Like, is all I can
I was.
think of.
Yeah, honest to God, I was like, I feel like that's it.
By the new rules we have put in place. World's changed since they were around, so abide by
Yep.
how it is now.
Yep. All right. Back in character. Straya then shrugs and just goes. And obviously, it's been a while since you've been here, so rules have changed. Probably. We'd appreciate no tyranny. That would be super great. And no more casual wars. We literally just ended that. And I think the world could use a buffer break. In exchange, we have 2 places. 2 wild, funky, kind of abandoned kingdoms that you can just have your choice of.
Out of character?
Hmm?
Don't we have 3? We have your mom's old kingdom, we have the old fish kingdom, and we have
Naxos was destroyed.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
It's
It
Like-
was in a mountain. The mountain no longer exists.
Oh god
Yeah.
damn it! God
Yeah.
damn it, his mom. God damn it, Maeve, piece of shit. You just
That's why we moved to Cressa, bro.
no. I thought there's Crest is cooler. We're just gonna.
No, it's because they
It's okay.
that whole thing, the end of season 2 and beginning of season 3 was just kind of a confirmation that they did in fact do another genocide over there.
It's okay. I was kind of depressed for that arc. I can miss a few steps.
This is true. You did die.
I did die. I missed that part.
So yeah, just further note that Naxos is gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone. Oof. Back in. So yeah, we have 2 vacant kingdoms that you can occupy, and whether or not you would like to be, I don't know, formally recognized is another thing we can talk about entirely. And that's it.
Yeah. As you're doing all of this and discussing, you sort of watch Malfurion just sort of keeps a very calm and collected expression. The guards behind him like share a bit of a look, but he goes, yes, I have been watching your exploits very closely. Guess the word for it is feel a bit of schadenfreude. Watching you take down all of the old gods, quite impressive. So we have something in common. Does sort of look over at Rin as he says this.
I would love the casual, please don't kill my grandpa. That would be also... I didn't think I would have to say it, but then... Honestly, my bad for not mentioning it.
I think that it would serve us well to let bygones be bygones. And Ren is like, yes, I think it would serve all of us well to finally let go of the past. It has caused us more than enough problems. Malfurion nods and looks at all of you and goes, if it is all right with you, both kingdoms probably, there are a lot of us, so might need both. I will also let you know that there may still be some dragons that hold a grudge over what happens. I will do my best to keep them in line. And if any of them do step out of line, I will deal with them.
We don't expect, like, everyone to be super chill, you know? And I certainly don't. You all aside, we have like at least two other countries with multi-generational beef to also deal with. And pretty sure everybody here has the common sense to not hold a whole nation accountable if a few step out of line. That is to be expected. Just don't show up with the whole nation. And I feel like it will be fun. And if you wanted both places, I should mention there's a gap between them, so you might be separated, but we can show you a map and point it out later, and you can figure out what you'd like to do with it.
We can figure out those logistics.
They are also in various states of needing to be repaired, but that should also be a given.
There are quite a lot of us with quite a lot of skills.
We only burned one of them down.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Obara is a little crispy around the edges.
It is.
But Estrella, to put a very nice bow on this, give me a diplomacy.
Wouldn't it be funny if you crit failed right now?
Shut up. I also have Legendary Negotiation as a skill feat, which I take a -5 penalty to... What is this? Sorry, 1 second. I have no idea if that actually fits right now because it's not like I'm stopping to negotiate in the middle of combat. So who knows?
I mean, technically this whole thing is just a drawn-out combat with a break in between.
This is true. Either way, let's go. Let's go. Where's my dice? Do I roll with an Estrella colored dice or a Visa colored dice? Because I've been rolling with both. this whole time.
This is negotiation. So Australia. It's not a good
You can have a +3 and also a hero point.
Yeah.
I do. I'm just thinking about the implications of certain things, you know? Like
No, we don't know.
like
a nat 20?
yeah, narrative, poetic narrative. Straight nat 20, motherfucker.
Yes!
Oh my god, yeah,
That's
I was like,
My girl.
no doubt in my mind. I was like, yeah.
So
it's
just
Jesus.
for our audience, what exactly does that equal out to with all of the bonuses and everything?
I mean, I am too surprised to do the very easy math in front of me. So I'm just double checking what that looks like on a calculator, because I wanna like cement the numbers.
What's your
into
modifier for
my brain, but it's almost a 60. It's 58.
58, almost a 60.
Almost
There you
60.
go, listeners.
Jesus Christ.
That's fucking max level Pathfinder for you.
Yeah.
And as you do this, I imagine you already even have some sort of contract drawn up.
Oh yeah, I like poof it into existence. I just like pull it from open air, and it's like it's a contract. It looks beautiful. I think it's written on very fine paper with very messy but nice looking handwriting. You know, it's basically, if this were a font, illegible, but as a piece, it looks nice. And it's sort of like one of those things where it's like, we can edit this as well. And then yeah, I just present it to him, and they go, and obviously we can talk about other formal means of trade and whatnot.
Yes, well, there are quite a few artisans among us that I think would very much like to talk to some people in Osheim, some ideas about transportation and things like that. As you know, he's looking over it, and he signs it, and with sort of the pin, like the quill you give him, pricks his finger, leaves a little bit of blood, just in case. You can hold me to my word, because now that we've had this conversation, I will admit there's something scarier than all of you out there, and it'll eventually be back. So, would much rather know that we'll all work together in that when the time comes.
That sounds pretty nice, actually. I haven't made plans for that one yet, but I have something in mind.
Yeah, my scouts talked of worlds devoured. Just dead husks left orbiting suns.
Things that we have found out about it are that we're not supposed to speak its name or think about it because it will show up, which is super redundant for getting rid of it. But that is It's good to know that you've seen it, so it's actually not just full-on make-believe.
I think it's worse to know that you've seen it, actually.
We haven't seen it itself, but we've seen its handiwork.
Yes, that's. I feel like this probably goes beyond planes, right? Doesn't just affect. Yeah,
Probably.
I just okay.
But I look forward to our future cooperation. It will certainly be something to remember.
So do I, and I will offer my hand for like a shake.
Malfurion will extend his hand, grasp yours with a very, very nice, strong grip, and shake your hand.
Strong grip, you say?
And being fully confident in my luck, and the fact that this worked out once, so I might as well do it again. I'll be like, it's a pleasure doing business with you, bitch.
Yes, you are just as rambunctious as I had heard. Good.
I give him the
Well.
royal finger guns and just go, and we brought snacks.
Always good. Well, I unfortunately can't stay. I will return and let the rest of my people know your decision, your terms, and figure out what our next steps are. Cyrene is certainly entering its next age. This is something that everyone will remember. And as he pulls back, he walks over to Rin, and they shake hands and nod at each other.
God,
No.
it's getting gay.
Yes.
It's getting gay. They might.
Who knows? There's the future. But, it's kind of a way for them, finally, put a nail in the coffin of the past. And after a moment, Malfurion strides out with the rest of his guards, leaving you all alone in the war room.
Okay, but it was kind of hot though.
I don't know why I was concerned that this would be anything but successful knowing you, Estrella. But I am much more relaxed now. Whew.
Me too. I'm gonna go sit on the floor.
I think
You're gonna get a kiss.
Yay!
I think for the first time in the past 2 years, we are not actively in a situation where we are in danger.
Hey everybody, Aubrey here with a fun little announcement. Goblets and Gaze is now an affiliate over at Adventure Dice, and we know how much we all love those math rocks. So if you need some new math rocks in your life, go over to adventuredice.ca and in the checkout code, enter our promo code GOBLETS for 10% off. But also, they have dice. They have other TTRPG accessories and tabletop goodies, dice trays, condition rings, and things like that, little spell casting stuff. Great stuff there. Go check them out and support our show. Thank you.